Hello, ESK friends. In this episode, guys, Mimon is going to recap the storyline of an action film from 2024. The movie tells the story of a former Special Forces soldier who had abandoned his country, faith, and even hope. But he's forced to return to the battlefield to track down his niece, a journalist who gets caught in the middle of an illegal private contractor operation in Venezuela. This film, guys, was released in September 2024 and received a rating of 5.2 out of 10 stars on IMDb. So make sure your gadgets are fully charged. And here we go, the story recap of Long Gun Heroes. Opening of the movie, guys. We're introduced to an American journalist named Julia. She's in the middle of an interview with a man named Mr. Torres. What's happening in your country right now? Julia asks. My people are starving, Torres replies. Dying in the streets because they can't feed their families. Inflation has reached 1,200%. Former President Chavez and the current president, Maduro, they sold out our country's wealth and future to foreign powers. The worst thing that ever happened to Venezuela was discovering its vast oil reserves. Since 2017, when the United States imposed sanctions, nothing has really changed, Torres explains. In fact, oil production and exports have increased more than ever. They use sanctions to justify the rising price per barrel, and because of that, the US is still operating in Venezuela. North America has an oil company here called Keystone Oil. To keep Keystone Oil safe and the oil flowing, they partnered with private military contractors to seize control of land here. These contractors are led by General Raul Roman, and the one behind their US connection is Senator Olivia Peterson. Upon hearing that, Julia lowers her head, because it's revealed that Senator Olivia is her mother. Next scene, guys, we're taken to California, where we meet a former Special Forces soldier named Gunner. He's watching a televised press conference by Senator Olivia Peterson. Olivia expresses her growing concerns about the situation in Venezuela. She states that the economy is being manipulated, and crime rates are rapidly rising, especially crimes against women. She also claims that President Maduro has formed an alliance with the cartels. After heading down to his car in the garage, Gunner is surprised to find Senator Olivia already there. And it turns out, guys, Olivia is actually Gunner's sister-in-law, the widow of his late brother. Olivia has come to deliver urgent news. Julia has been kidnapped in Venezuela. Upon hearing this, Gunner immediately reaches out to his former Special Forces teammates, Wes and Matty. He tells them that his niece, Julia, has been abducted in Venezuela. Gunner asks for their help to rescue her. After that, guys, Gunner meets with his ex-wife, who gives him data on the American private military contractors operating in Venezuela. The company is owned by General Roman, with his right-hand man named Morrow. When Gunner sees a photo of Morrow, he's shocked. He recognizes him. It's highly suspected that they are the ones who kidnapped Julia. Julia was about to expose a scandal involving the sale and distribution of oil by the Venezuelan government in partnership with Keystone Oil, who are working with Roman's private contractor group. The next scene shows Gunner meeting Olivia and asking why she didn't tell him from the beginning that Roman was the one who kidnapped Julia. It's revealed that Gunner has 3 gunshot scars on his abdomen from a previous conflict with Roman and Morrow. Olivia then opens up about her involvement in the conspiracy surrounding the oil trade between the American government, the Venezuelan government, and their partnership with Roman's company.
Because I haven't seen her in 10 years because you wouldn't let me, that's why. What the fuck happened to you?
After that, Gunner returns to meet with his teammates. Naturally, they're shocked to learn that Roman was the one who kidnapped Julia, as they're well aware of Roman's ruthless history. He once had a violent conflict with them during the deployment in Kandahar, Afghanistan. Besides Roman, they also know Morrow, Roman's right-hand man, since they used to serve together in Kandahar as well. To carry out the rescue mission, Gunner tells them he has a contact in Venezuela, a field operative named El Guapo. He's already reached out to him, and El Guapo will be waiting for them there. In the next scene, they go to meet another former teammate named David. David, as it turns out, is an expert in computers and satellite systems, which is exactly why they want him on the team. David agrees to join, and together, they head off to Venezuela.
Hey, if you don't want to get your hands...
Fuck you, man. You come in there often enough, you know...
You two monkeys know how to jam a fucking satellite.
Here. Going around.
Why you work at a fucking strip club? Say that before every mission.
I know.
Good. Yeah. Yes, sir.
After landing safely, Gunnar asks David to input the coordinates of the meeting point with El Guapo. After checking, David confirms that the location is 4 clicks to the north. They then proceed in that direction. As they make their way deeper into the jungle, they come across human bones and skulls hanging from tree trunks. The next morning, after making it through the forest, they finally arrive at the coordinates where they were supposed to meet El Guapo. However, what they find is a massacre. The place is filled with bodies of the inhabitants, all riddled with gunshot wounds. It turns out the man they found was El Guapo, Gunnar's old comrade who had been waiting for him. When Gunnar asks what happened, Guapo explains that the massacre was carried out by Morro, Roman's right-hand man. The victims were the family members and security personnel of the vice president of Venezuela's state-owned oil company. They were all killed because of a conflict with Roman's company. Guapo also tells Gunnar that Julia was captured by rebels working in collaboration with Roman, and that she's being held at a Keystone oil facility. He then offers to take them there. In the next scene, Julia, who has been kidnapped, is confronted by Roman, with Morro also present. Roman, holding Julia's phone, demands that she unlock the encrypted video of her interview with Mr. Torres, but Julia refuses. Roman then orders his men to bring in an illegal immigrant they had captured. He threatens to kill the man if Julia doesn't unlock the video on her phone. Still, Julia refuses, believing that Roman is only bluffing. Roman then orders his men to bring in a woman and her baby. Once again, he demands that Julia unlock the encrypted video. Reluctantly, Julia gives in and complies with Roman's demand.
Kembali ke Gunnar, dia dan timnya akhirnya tiba di target sasaran. Mendekat, mereka memeriksa rumah para pekerja yang ternyata kosong. Dia kemudian meminta Wes, Matty, dan David untuk memantau pergerakan musuh dari ketinggian. Sementara dia dan Guapo akan mendekati target sasaran. Berada di ketinggian, Wes menghitung jumlah kekuatan musuh di sana. Lalu kemudian memberikan laporan kepada Gunnar dan Gunnar meminta Matty join bersamanya. Terlatih dengan kemampuan taktik perang yang mereka miliki, mereka pun beraksi.
One tango at the gate.
They finally managed to defeat the enemies there. However, a new problem arose. Julia refused to leave without the other prisoners. She agreed to go with Gunnar only if all the captives were taken with them. Reluctantly, the team agreed to rescue everyone. David then checked for a safe route to get them out of there. To bring the prisoners back to the camp, they would have to travel through jungle and hills for 20 hours. Answer: they set off. In the next scene, Morrow arrives at the site and discovers a bullet casing belonging to Gunnar. He reports his findings to Roman, explaining that the bullet had been custom modified at the tip. Morrow says he recognizes the person who did the modification and confirms that the bullet was used by Gunnar. He then vows to deploy all of his forces to track Gunnar down. In the next scene, the group is seen taking a short rest by the river. Afterward, they continue their journey through the forest and over the hills. By late afternoon, they finally arrive at the destination. There's a sense of joy as families are reunited once again. Grateful for their help in rescuing the villagers, a man named Louis offers his assistance. Louis tells them he knows a boat owner near Caracas who can help them escape and cross the border. He then drives them in a minivan to begin their journey. In the next scene, Morrow and his men arrive at the camp. He points his gun and demands to know where Gunnar and his team went. When the man refuses to talk, Morrow immediately shoots a woman in the camp.
Into the baby.
That night, during the journey, David works on recovering the video that Roman had deleted, the footage of Julia's interview with Mr. Torres. Thanks to his expertise in IT and satellite systems, he successfully retrieves the video. Why did Roman want that video so badly? Because it clearly shows them murdering Mr. Torres and capturing Julia. Not long after, Louis takes them to a small inn. Gunnar objects, insisting they push on to Caracas to catch the boat. But Louis explains that the city is in the middle of a conflict that night, and it's safer to stay and rest. For the sake of safety, they reluctantly agree to stay the night, sleeping together in one room. In the middle of the night, while everyone is sound asleep, suddenly,
He's a fucking threat.
they manage to escape and get away from the area. However, Meti isn't as lucky. He gets captured. Roman and Morrow then come to see him. How's it going? Morrow asks casually. Feels like déjà vu, Meti replies. Roman demands that Meti tell him where Gunnar and the others are headed. Of course, Meti refuses to say anything. Just then, one of Roman's men reports that Gunnar and his team were spotted heading towards Santana's beach. Now that Roman knows exactly where to find Gunnar and Julia, he orders that Meti be executed.
Fuck you!
Meanwhile, Gunnar and the others continue moving and arrive at a night market. Wes asks, "What about Meti?" "Meti's gone," Gunnar replies quietly. He then hands Julia a weapon and tells them to keep moving. They agree to meet later near the river. The group splits up, continuing their journey without Gunnar. Shortly after, a man in the market reports their presence to Morrow's men. It doesn't take long before Morrow's troops and local soldiers arrive. As they keep moving, the group hides. Morrow's men are actively searching for them. When one of the enemies spots Gunnar, he immediately opens fire, sparking another shootout.
fucking dead! David, tell me where the fuck we're at.
Oh my god, are you okay?
You're okay. Come on, go.
The next morning, Moro's men were seen on standby in their vehicle, waiting for Gunner's arrival. However, unbeknownst to them, Gunner had spotted them and threw a grenade under their car. Boo! Right after that, he fired shots into the air, causing the civilians nearby to scatter in panic. Not long after, Moro received word from some locals who had seen Gunner enter a church. Upon hearing this, Moro immediately headed there. Since Gunner was alone, Moro decided to enter the church by himself to keep things fair, leaving his men to wait outside. Seeing that Moro came in unarmed, Gunner took off his vest and laid down his weapon as well, then stood up. It's been a long time since we last met. The last time was in Kandahar, said Moro. Look around you. There's nowhere left for you to run. It all ends here. You kidnapped my niece, and for that, I'm going to kill you right here, Gunner replied.
Get some sleep.
In the next scene, the others had also arrived at the location. However, the injured Guapo decided to stay behind and told them to continue on toward the rendezvous point near the river. Hearing this, Wes refused and urged him to keep going. But Guapo insisted on staying. This is my home, Guapo said. See you next time, he added, as they continued their journey toward the meeting point with Gunner. As they approached the river, it turned out Roman and his men were already waiting, and they immediately opened fire.
Look at me, you okay? Die on me!
Yeah, keep pressure on it.
Okay.
Keep pressure on it.
Not long after, Gunner also arrived and met with Guapo. Where are the others? Gunner asked. They're already by the riverbank, waiting for you, Guapo replied. Gunner asked him to come along, but Guapo, clutching the wound on his stomach, insisted on staying behind. Gunner then left him and headed to meet the others near the river. After that, they boarded a boat and set off toward the border to leave Venezuela. That's it for this episode of our movie recap. Guys, don't forget to support this channel by clicking the subscribe button. Also, don't forget to like, share, and leave a comment if you enjoyed the video. See you in the next skjer movie recap videos. Take care and goodbye, skjer friends.